commodities were the main source of revenue in Nigeria even before the discovery of oil. Commodity marketing boards were created to ease buying and selling, as well as export of produce for foreign earnings for the country. Now, the marketing boards are no longer in existence, but commodity associations are there pushing agribusiness for the country. My guest today will tell us more on commodity in Nigeria, its challenges and its prospects. My name is Fatima Yakubu. We will be back after the break. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Bello Daji. Our viewers would like to know you better, especially your background and your position in commodity in Nigeria.
I was introduced, I am Bello Nuhu Dogondaji, the National Secretary, Federation of Agricultural Commodity Associations of Nigeria, FACAN. FACAN is the umbrella body for all commodities in Nigeria. FACAN is a bridge between the organized private sector and the public. When commodity boards were scrapped, the then military administration of that time decided to bring up an organization that would bridge the gap created by the scrap of the commodity boards, and which is Federation of Agricultural Commodity Associations of Nigeria. Like I have said, that is the role this institution is doing, and it is doing collaborations with Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment under Commodity and Exports Department of the Ministry.
So, sir, how does Agricultural Commodity Association operate?
Commodities, like you know, are classified under cash crops and food crops. It is under the cash crops that you have some of those that are exportable. Like you have said, in those days, in the list of our commodities in this country, you have the likes of cocoa, you have sesame seeds, you have ginger, you have rubber, you have palm oil, you have quite a host of others, share and the rest of them. These are commodities that are exportables to various countries of the world. And the proceeds of what they sell come into the country as an influx by way of foreign exchange to our economy. And like you know, even in the past, those commodities were at the center of exports. The cocoa, our granite, our cotton, our palm oil, our sesame seeds, our shares, they are the ones that we are exporting at that time. Today, we have expanded the scope of those commodities. We have over 40-50 commodities in our kits. And all these commodities, they are potential commodities that brings in the necessary foreign exchange to Nigeria. And this is exactly what we're doing in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Like you know, or you must have heard, Federation of Agricultural Commodity Association of Nigeria is the umbrella body of these commodities. And these commodities, like you have heard, they are we are dealing in each commodity, the primary productions, the processing, and the marketing. What we do in this regards, we nurture these associations from the base, from nowhere. We bring out stakeholders, we bring them, they do what we call constitution drafting committees. After the constitution drafting committees, they come out with what they can do and what they cannot do. You know, I mean, the way to run the affairs of the association based on the business of that commodity. So, in line, that nurturing is done. After the nurturing is done, then it becomes a national association. So, each of the associations that are under us, they are national associations with the national features. What I mean, all the 6 geopolitical zones of these countries are represented in the structure of those associations.
So, sir, how many of these associations do you have under FECAN?
I can tell you there are over 50.
Mm.
Yes.
Can you at least just name a few for us?
Like I have said now, you have the cocoa. Cocoa used to be the main commodity in those days.
Mm.
Then you have the cashew. You have the rubber. You have the sesame seeds. You have the shea. You have the palm produce, and host of others.
So, what do you think are the differences between the commodity marketing boards of the 60s and 70s compared to the present days?
Because of the dynamics, the changes between the 60s and today's, there are a lot of changes, and the approaches, even the market, are not the same. There are a lot of sophistications. There are a lot of buyers. The market has expanded. Then the processes have changed drastically. So the situation of what you have in the foreign exchange, I mean in the export commodity market today, is not what obtains in the 60s. A lot of changes.
So you think there's a need to introduce marketing boards?
At this level, you see, the economy can only be driven by the private sector. And these associations, they are not government at all. They are institutions of themselves. And they are the ones now driving the process. They are the ones doing it. And in those days, it is the government that is doing it. Now it is fully private in the hands of people like you and me and others. If you see now the significance of what I'm telling you, look at the landmarks. Look at what rice has made in this country. And who is running rice? It is the private people, associations. All the success story about rice today is the work of some few Nigerians. And they were able to get the support of the government, the support of the central bank, and the support of the members. And they are the ones driving this process. Will you now like to say that, okay, we should go back to the first 60s? It's no.
Thank you very much. So, viewers, this is where we come to the end of the segment. So, we will be back after the short break. I'm still in the house with my guest, Dr. Bello Nuhudogandaji. Thank you for staying with us. So, sir, back to the questions. Can you please let's analyze federal government's agricultural policies?
Yes. We thank God for giving us Baba Buhari. His government brought in good policies that are driving agriculture positively in this country. And you cannot take it away from him because successive governments in the past, they have all played their roles in the agriculture, but it has not significantly impacted on the way it is impacting today. And when he came in, they decided to launch Uncle Bora's program at Kebi. That was 2015. And the success stories about this administration is centered around that Uncle borrowing program. And this is a major policy that affected the culture sector significantly because everybody is seeing it and it is impacting on us. Without some of these good policies of the government, the situation we are today under this COVID-19, our story would have been different. Because under the same policy, the government came out and said, okay, let's close our borders. And that time, government was not even anticipating there will be COVID-19. And today, as it is, COVID-19 is all over the world. It is bringing the world to the bench. Well, there's a global economic blooming. So every part of the world is receiving its own batch of suffering because of COVID. So suppose our borders were not closed at the time government decided to close those borders. What will have been our story today? These are some of the good policies that centered around agriculture. Okay. Now, it is expected that the Africa as a whole is now going to be under free zone, African Continental Free Trade Area. So, in the whole of Africa, you are talking about, what is the position of Nigeria? Divide the whole of Africa, Nigeria will take half of it. This is the size. And we are now asked to go and trade in one common free trade zone in Africa. If we don't have good policies on agriculture, how can we take our own share of the market commodity-wide? It is close to impossible. And today, this is where we are. The central bank is doing its best under the leadership of what I call farmers' banker, and the banker of the last resort in the person of the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. He has made it so easy for the Nigerian farmer. What seems to be close to impossible in those days, now a farmer is given the opportunity to be part of the economic players of this country. Even with 1 hectare, and Nigerian farmers are proud that they have now been keyed into the millionaire line. This is part of the good policies of this government, and you cannot take it away from Baba Buhari. So these are issues that centered around good policies on agriculture, and every other person in this country is enjoying it. At least we eat good rice, fresh rice. Yes. Until the coming of this government, how many rice mills do we have? You can count them, maybe three, four, five of them. But today, how many millers do we have in this country? Until now, a farmer of this country will go and produce his rice, but he will not know where to go and sell it. But now, today, in your farm, you are harvesting. Somebody will come to your farm and say that I want to buy your rice. What a positive development into the agriculture. We cannot take it away from this old man. Baba has made it. He has made us proud. Yes.
So, just like you have said, so far so good. Buhari's policies have been great for the country,
Absolutely.
and we are very proud of that. So, how do you think the country can improve commodity trade?
Well, you see, the other issues about commodity trading is a key element to our dwindling foreign exchange earnings in this country. Until now, it is oil, and the oil market has dropped drastically in the international market. Where are we today? So the necessary foreign exchange that is supposed to come from the oil sector is no longer. The budget was done was pegged at, is it $55 or $60 per barrel, and it is reduced to less than $20 per barrel. Then how can we work with that budget? If opportunities is given to the commodity dealers to export their commodities in this country and be allowed what we call unfettered access to their process, the process of what they sell abroad, then it will be better for this country. It will be better for this country. Then there will be more influx of foreign exchange into Nigeria. There is no country in the world, I'm telling you, I am authoritatively saying this. There is no country in the world that is not calling for Nigeria to bring her commodities. All these commodities we are talking, especially 10 commodities. And across the board, you have so many of them. Think about cocoa, think about sesame seeds. Sesame seed is selling in the world as I am talking to you. Then you have shea products. Shea product is selling like hotcakes. Everywhere in the world needs shea. You know it. You know shea nuts. Then you think of ginger. Our ginger, our cashew, our sweet potatoes. Even sweet potato is selling. The sweet potato, the chili pepper is selling like hotcake. Quite a host of all our commodities are selling in the world. So if necessary support is given to this sector, then it means it will bridge the gap that cannot be filled by the oil sector. So it means it's a win-win situation. Government is giving emphasis on the production, and we are able to meet up with the home consumption by way of ensuring that there is adequate food in the country. It means we have food security and we have secured our people from hunger. It is the pride of every nation to ensure that her citizens are not in hunger. And we are proud in this country today, we are not in hunger. Am I right?
Exactly.
We are not in hunger.
We're not.
We are not. So what is important? Because of the agricultural policies of the federal government. And while you are doing the production, then the cash crops also, they can be exported across the borders and they can be sold, and the process will be repatriated home to cushion the effects of what the oil sector is no longer bringing to this nation. Yes.
So, as an expert in this field, What advice do you have for Nigerian farmers and commodity associations?
Dedication and commitment to duty. If every Nigerian farmer will continue to do the best of what he can with the enabling environment, government facilitations, the Central Bank of Nigeria facilitations, eh, we go to places and sky is our limit. I also want to appeal to the Central Bank of Nigeria, the banker of the last resort, to ensure that the commercial banks participating in the Anko Borrowers Program, they should be very careful with the programs. Otherwise, the intention of the central bank, the intention of Baba Buhari will not be met. Some of the banks, they may, by their activities, knowing or unknowingly, they are slowing the face of this exercise. And if they are not properly cautioned, the good intention of our president and his administration will not yield any good results. The good intention of the central bank governor, who has passion in agriculture, who has transformed the agriculture to where it is today, will not be met. So I appeal to the governor of central bank to take measures to ensure that commercial banks that are slow facing the activities of Anko borrowing program, he should check their activities and sanction them appropriately.
Thank you very much, sir. So we come to the final question here. So, what is your opinion on this TV established primarily to boost agricultural business and trade?
At least we have a medium that we can talk to the world. We have a medium that we can showcase our own activities. We have a medium through which government can hear us. We have a medium through which we could tell the world, we could tell Nigerians what we are doing. If we want any assistance, the world is seeing us. Where are we lacking? Where do we want assistance? Until now, do we have these facilities? We don't. It is an opportunity that we should showcase ourselves very, very well.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bello Nuhudogan Daji. It's nice having you as a guest on this show. We hope to meet you some other time.
I also thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk on your TV. I'm looking forward for your future callings.
So, viewers, we have come to the end of this program. Join us next week for another episode. Thank you.